And here we are at the end of the road. Welcome to Prudhoe Bay, Deadhorse, the northern point you can get with your car all the way in Alaska. This is also the starting point of the largest road trip in the world, the Pan American Highway, which runs 30,000 miles, roughly 50,000 kilometers, through 14 countries, all the way from here, from Deadhorse in Prudhoe Bay, to Argentina, Tierra del Fuego. Now, of course, we're not here for fun and games. We're here to drive the entire Pan American Highway all the way to Argentina. And we would love to have you aboard and come with us. Make sure, don't miss out, stay tuned, subscribe, like, hit the join button, because this is gonna be one epic adventure. And here we finally are in Deadhorse, Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Our starting point of our Pan American Highway. Our starting point of a journey around the world. Now for you, this might just be another Sunday or Wednesday, depending when you're looking at this video. But for me, it's a lot more. Traveling the world has always been a dream of mine. Presenting my own travel TV show has also been something I always wanted to do. I really fought against every odds to get where I am today. But here I am. And I'm not here to prove anybody wrong. I'm here to prove everybody that if you have a dream and you set your mind to it, anything is possible, as long as you believe in it and don't let anybody tell you any difference. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And courage is the magic that makes dreams come true. This is my dream, and we're f***ing doing it. The journey to the end of the road begins here, begins now. My name is Bastian Bakker. Welcome to my world. This is the Pan American Highway. This is the world at your feet, and the adventure to the end of the world begins now. And with a little help of my friends, up!
Anyway!
And this is the reality behind the scenes. If you make a shot where the car drives away, you either have to wait for the driver to come back or run towards the car. And if it's 1 degree outside, which is very cold, you want to run towards the car because I'm freezing. So there you go, behind the scenes. And that is how we roll. Let's go. Argentina, allá vamos, con un par de cojones. So we almost didn't make it all the way to Prudhoe Bay, and we're gonna call our trip short at Coldfoot because people try to scare us. We don't have a 4x4. The road conditions are terrible. Oh, if it rains, the road will flood away. Trucks will come by and throw stones at your window. There is no gas station and you need to fill up twice. So we need to take jerry cans, and halfway on the route you need to fill up because you need 2 tanks of gas to get there and there's no gas station. Bullshit. Number 1, road condition. Yeah, at most places it's gravel, there are potholes, it's not the best. If you drive slow, if you're careful, you don't really need a 4x4. We've seen RVs the size of buses at Prudhoe Bay. If they can do it, so can you. People on bikes, bicycles even. As you've seen, the last part is asphalted and there are many asphalted places. As for gas stations, Fairbanks to Coldfoot, no gas station in between. 1 tank of gas is sufficient. Between Coldfoot and Prudhoe Bay, same story. No gas station in between. But we didn't even empty our tank when we got here yesterday. Don't let anyone discourage you to make the effort to come all the way to Prudhoe Bay. And if you drive careful, you got your spare canister of gas, you're fine. You're more than fine. We did this with a camper van, so don't let anyone discourage you. And hey, we'll see you in Prudhoe Bay. A very good morning everybody and welcome to Cold Foot. So last night we arrived at Cold Foot, which is kind of the midway between Fairbanks and Prudhoe Bay. More importantly, it's where you fill up your gas because it's the only gas station in between those 2 points for only $7.49. Yes, I'm sarcastic. No, that's really the price. At least it is now. It's not going to get any cheaper, I think. So I made a pit stop. We didn't do much here because there's not to do here. There is not much to do here. We just parked the car a little outside of Cold Feet here, somewhere down the road. So 400 kilometers more or less we did yesterday. So we're going to do another 400 kilometers today. And that gets us into Fairbanks. And there we're going to take a real good break. We got some things we want to do in Fairbanks for our videos. But of course we also want to edit our videos. So we just had our breakfast. We brushed our teeth. We did a shower. So we're going to go to Fairbanks, fill up our water tanks, fill up our gas, fill up our fridge, clean the car, which is highly necessary, and reset everything before we're going to continue our adventure towards Anchorage. So, let's see if Yolanda's ready. It's a beautiful day, it's not even cold, and then we're going to be on our way to Fairbanks, and we see you on the road. But before I forget, for people that just tuned in, we started our Pan American adventure in Prudhoe Bay yesterday, or at least yesterday for us. But of course we didn't just follow the sky and got there. We had an entire road trip of 6 weeks before we got there between Florida, Jacksonville, large piece of Canada, and then of course towards Prudhoe Bay. The reason I'm mentioning this is because a little bit past Cold Foot is the Arctic Circle, and of course there is a beautiful sign that marks the Arctic Circle, which is a highlight. And we're not going to stop there, because we already did that on our way up. So if anyone was curious to see some stuff about Cold Foot or the Arctic Circle, make sure to backtrack 1 or 2 videos and see some cool drone footage along the way. So there you go. And now I'll see you on the road. What an amazing scenery, it never gets old. One thing I mentioned before the start of this trip was the estimated cost, and that we are going to try and stay as much under it as we can. So how are we going to do that? Good question. First of all, as most money will go into accommodations and gas. Now gas, there's not much we're going to do about that. Of course, we always look where the cheapest gas stations are in town or around town before we go somewhere, before we fill up our gas. As for accommodation, we try to avoid paying for camping grounds. First of all, we have everything on board, so we're just going to be paying to use somebody's piece of grass, which is kind of like redundant. We got a shower, we got a bed, we got solar panels, so we have everything we need. So we really are not in the need of any assistance from any camping ground or whatever. There's plenty of places where you can boondock. I learned this word a couple of days ago, which means that you just park your vehicle and camp anywhere. And there's plenty of places where other people do that as well. So if you're looking for safety and security, you can always park your vehicle next to other RVs or camper vans. And that's also a great way to meet nice people. And yes, there are camping grounds that are only $5 and $6. There are camping grounds at $12, depending where you go. But there are camping grounds that are a lot more expensive depending where you go. Next thing is the water. There are plenty of places where you can fill up the water for free. I'm talking about your shower water and your sink water for dishwashing. Another thing that you have in Walmarts and other places, you can fill your drinking water. So we got a couple of big bottles that we fill up every time. So far we have all our water for free. We have paid $0 for water for the showers, for drinking water, or water for our dishwashing. And like that, it's also important, where do you do your shopping? Do you go out for dinner? Do you cook your own dinner? And like that, there are many things as tours as well. For example, in Banff, you pay $100 to go up with a gondola, or you take 2 hours hiking and then you're up there. It's better for your health, and it's a beautiful hike. And like that, there's many ways where you can either spend a lot of money or save a lot of money. and we'll be trying to save a lot of money and share all the tips along the way. I think these are the main ones because these are some really pain points as to money. But Bastiaan, how do you research this every day? Good question. Where are we gonna sleep tonight? Give me 5 options where there's free Wi-Fi or free water or gas station. Which is the cheapest gas station? So all these questions that you might ask yourself along the way, ChatGPT. So far, that has provided us with all the needed information to do all of this without any hassle, problem or headache. So, that was my speech. I hope that was helpful, useful, and otherwise, let's get back to the scenery on the road. Yolanda, however, found another way to cover our finances. Honey, what you doing?
Gold.
Gold! You never know. And although this idea might sound a little bit flaky, we will see how it will pan out. 2 puns intended. Despite having found several gold flakes, it's not gonna be enough to cover our trip. So, back to saving money and maybe better luck next time. And after another 400 kilometers, welcome back in Fairbanks. This time we will stay a little bit longer and do a little bit more sightseeing and other stuff. Not today though. Today we're gonna go to the parking place of the Walmart and get a good night's sleep. So, if you want to see more about Fairbanks, then make sure you stick around next week in our next episode. Ciao for now!